message. Skip unseen text after choices. Okay, so it's like sort of a visual novel. You're gonna let me know if the audio is okay. I will need to listen out for my shop in like an hour, but I've got my like non-cancelling headphones on it, so I should hear when they're beeping. Chapter 1: The Hero and the Princess. I literally have like no idea what the gameplay or anything of this is.
In the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
And
in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Where she belongs.
You're here to slay her.
Damn straight.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Understood. What? Oh, gee. Oh my god. Okay. It's like maybe like a point and click adventure or something. Hi, Jay. I'm drinking my tea. Explore the end of the world. What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad. It doesn't count someone else do this. Forget this. I'm not doing this. Just end the game. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to offer Monarch Viva la Revolution. Silently continue to the cabin, turn around and leave.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it.
That's like too many choices.
No more trees, and perhaps most
that loud
problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Okay. Oh my Christ. Wait, is these the same? Okay, these are the same options. I was like, holy shit, does every option have like tad louder? Okay. But how can a princess be locked away in a basement in the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Is that better now?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
A bit of a ticking clock.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Capping.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
This here requires a lot of prayer, or we're fucked. Can someone else do this?
If only that were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did. Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
That's not true
I
at all.
mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those.
He doesn't know.
Right?
Do I get a reward?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
What's the reward there?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey. Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress.
Lol, actually based.
Contribute something of value to society.
Fuck the monarchy. But if she's like cute, then maybe we can work something out, you know? But I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say then she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get it over. Okay, tell me what. thanks for telling me what to do. Something continues to happen.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her
probably
out,
not, but
she could
I will
easily
at
trap you
time
in
being.
her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then
Ain't that the
each
truth?
and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
I can foresee myself making a lot of
You
shit
make
jokes,
your way up
so,
the short path to the cabin.
you know,
You'll find the princess within.
be prepared.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Voice of the hero. Why does he have the same voice as the narrator?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking
Oh,
about.
God. I don't want her to be
The
jump
interior
scares,
of the
but
cabin
like,
is almost
there
entirely
definitely will
bare.
be.
The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Can't I just like beat her to death?
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the
Dude,
world
my
without
fingers
it.
gross. You're so on edge, I love it. What do you mean my fingers gross? What? What do you want about?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
It looks
Her
like that.
voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Very dangerous.
It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just checking in on you. Hi! Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Oh, she got such like a seductive voice. Oh no, this is
Great
good.
job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
She's gonna be in chains and
Walk
everything.
down
Oh,
the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
I'm gonna be playing
of the
2
basement.
games with chains today. That's weird. Binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
What? No way. Would you even think that? Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Deal with your nerves and step forward.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
We can talk with the knife in my hand, you know.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
Oh no, there's gonna be like so many voices in my head like, do this, do this, do this.
Don't you dare.
Oh no.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Let's see what she has to say.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops
We'll
to
probably
the
have to
floor
get, like, a
with
lot of information,
unceremonious
right?
clang.
Thank you.
Against
Ooh.
your better judgment,
Okay.
you step forward
Maybe
to
not.
speak
Those eyes are
with the
kind of-
princess face to face,
Spooky.
unarmed.
What do you mean wimp? What? I'm not being a wimp yet. You'll know why I'm
You'll be
being a
fine.
wimp.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reason.
I've got these bourbons with
Just make sure you don't forget
with
about
like
the blade on
caramel
the floor.
inside. They're kind of weird. I don't know
You're
if I
going
like
to
them.
need it.
I think I like the normal ones more.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I have them as well. Oh my god.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Why is she like... It's kind of weird that she's not like properly chained up. She's just got like one hand in her. How will I get you out of her?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here?
You ordered a toasty maker arrives at 5 and I'm sad.
Allegedly so dangerous.
I mean, at least you've got like an actual time and it's not like 7 AM to 7 PM. Why would you have a toasty maker if you've got an air fryer? Because I had a toasty maker before, but I'm like, the air fryer is so much quicker and you don't have to clean it. Well, it's not really quicker, but you don't have to clean it, which makes it worth it. Yeah, but it's like, you can do the same thing, pretty much. It makes the bread crispy and it melts the cheese, that's what you need. Have I told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous? What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I've been told enough. I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
This, soundtrack's pretty sweet.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
Cheese and beans. Yeah, I guess that would, like, go everywhere, huh? Fair enough.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have
There's still a
going on
comfort
down
theme,
here
though.
is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the
Slay!
world, but they didn't tell you
Thanks for
why.
every time I do that.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you, either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead
Sure.
of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
It's kind of weird that the narrator and the hero is the same voice, but I'm guessing there's a reason for that. It's not just like
So,
laziness.
I could tell you that I'd
Oh.
lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth
Sure.
in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind
Hopefully,
trust.
yeah. Hope this
So
not
do
be
you
like
trust
shitting
me,
myself from
the
jump scares.
prisoner, the victim,
There was,
the princess
like a-
clearly incapable of ending the world. Or
fuck's
do you
sake.
trust whoever put me here?
There was like options in the menu for like flickering and stuff, so I'm like kind of worried about that.
She's
Like, I guess it was for
This
like
isn't
epilepsy
about
stuff,
trust.
but
This is
like
about
jump scare
risk.
flickering stuff ain't.
We stand to lose
Ain't fun.
everything, all for the sake of
I don't
one
mind if it's
person
like
and a
psychological horror,
subjugating monarch, no
but
less.
this is like definitely gonna have jump scares. Let's be real. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do,
Bad answer.
really.
Bad answer.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard
The eyes
you
are growing
try,
on you.
you'll never
I like
get
him
a
from this
straight
angle. I
answer.
don't like him from the front on angle. There's no specific, no matter how you try, you're never gonna get a straight answer out of her.
Too long.
Do you want to watch my clip? Yeah, I wonder what it is. You gotta start giving me, you know, more options, lady.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
I don't think that's really how knives work. You can't really lock pick like a chain with just a knife.
She
I don't
isn't
think.
suggesting what I think
Or
she's
do you
suggesting.
mean like chop
Right?
off her hand?
She is. I'm sure of it.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
No,
You know why you're here.
no, not really. Do we just win? I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit, so we get to know each other better. Okay, let's do this.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I'm wondering if it's going to be like each time, like I assume if I click slay the princess there, we would just kill her and we would get a game over, or we would get an ending. And I'm wondering if we play it again, it will have like, it will remember what we did on previous playthroughs. I'm hoping that's the direction it's going to go. It's sort of like a meta narrative as well. Hello, Yeez! This game is so cool. Okay, don't spoil it. I don't know anything about it. Not that I think you're just going to randomly spoil it, but don't say anything about it. I assume you play it multiple times, yeah, because it said at the start, I think I screenshotted that part for you. Yeah, there's no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. How have you not got all your shopping every time? Because there's always something that they have to replace or they don't have. That's annoying. Spoilers, bitches. How you doing, Yous? Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here.
Why is your text
You
right
can
now?
make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Can we not like chat for a bit longer? Why do we have to use a choice already? I made my choice, I'm locking her in the basement. I mean, alright, let's just kill her and see what happens.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
What?
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single
This guy's
blow
useless.
from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She
step on
kicks
me.
you a
I'm
few
sorry,
times
this-
for good measure,
sorry.
the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your
Okay, maybe
fracturing bones,
that's not
making
good.
sure you stay down.
Okay.
As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess.
Well, I did see was awesome.
As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity.
Do you mean my character's a wimp?
You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Maybe it's like a puzzle kind of thing then. Like you gotta figure out how to
She
navigate every
applies more
situation by
pressure,
keep replaying it.
slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is.
I can't tell. Is that the same person? Like it sounds like it's the same voice, but it's like very slightly different. But it sounds like it's
Everything
probably the
goes
same
dark,
person.
And you die.
So, oh, okay. Everything goes dark and you die. Yay, we won. Oh, no, never mind. Maybe we're the princess in the tower.
You're on a path in the woods.
Okay.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that
Oh.
cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Okay, so it's like this. Okay. I'm liking the soundtrack a lot. Wait, hasn't this already happened? I'm getting a terrible sense of
Terrible
deja vu.
sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
I'm hoping this isn't like cripplingly scary because I
If you
actually really like the
what
vibe of
happened,
this.
then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
20-minute game.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Oh, is it like the narrator is myself from like a different like timeline or something? And that's why it's the same voice?
What does it matter what he knows?
Voice of the
There's nothing
broken.
we can do to stop her. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
So there's more than deja vu there. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened. I mean, yeah.
It hasn't.
I might as well just click that.
Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and
Just
I.
leave. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. I feel like it's just gonna be a lot of yapping. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this has really happened. Why should I listen? I would just want to know, like, if we can get any information about why it's, like, looping or something.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say
Well, you
for a
never know.
moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you
Fuck.
didn't listen to me.
I mean,
Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in
I
her
feel like
body
that's
before
more of
she
a skill
decided
issue
to
rather
let
than not
us
believing
die.
them. Like I was trying to balance up the situation. You just said kill her, and like, you know, I didn't go to save
What
her.
were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now?
You've already given up.
She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything?
I would ask
Asking that
Yeez
sounds
if this
to
is
me
like
like you're
actually
making a rather
scary with jump
dangerous
scares and
assumption.
stuff,
Your
but
actions
I
last time around
don't think
didn't
you would
have any
answer
consequences.
properly because I think you would just prefer me to be scared. So
What do
you
you
would say
mean?
like, no, there's
Of course there
nothing, and
weren't
then
any
like I'll just like
consequences.
shit myself
The
on
princess
stream.
killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess...
You want my
left
opinion, I would
you,
give it to you.
brought back
I'm not the
end
type to
to
troll
everyone
you.
and everything, just like I
Maybe.
told you she would?
If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin,
Yeah.
break her chains, and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
Maybe like she's aware of the time loop as well, so she knows like every single way he's ever gonna like attack her, and she can like combat it. Let's talk about this princess. All right, let's just go and let's just see what happens.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge
What I'm
yourself
kind of
to
interested
her.
in is like why
I
is
cannot
like our
stress enough
character
how
English and then
absolutely
the
catastrophic
princess
that
like
would be for
American?
everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
If that's what you want.
God,
Yes,
it's
I
only been one
see.
time and he is just like shattered.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only
Okay.
furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade
Interesting.
perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. Why do we feel so small?
We don't feel small.
It's like you in
Are
Minecraft.
Small.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. This whole cabin is different than last time. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you
Okay.
talking about? This isn't a wall.
I'm like completely
It's a mirror.
hooked by this already.
Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the
Okay.
cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous
Did-
you look right now.
Did we have like a claw hand before? I don't remember. Why are we tiny hand? I don't know. You know
We
as much
should
as I
count
do.
ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Oh wait, he just wiped the mirror and it just disappeared. What the fuck? Okay.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
I just completely like ignored that. Like, 'cause I looked at it, I'm like, I think I've seen that before, but I'm like, it didn't enter my brain.
The blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I feel like the claws are probably almost as sharp as the knife, let's be real.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
This is actually kind
Oh,
of
is that
nice.
why you said my fingers are gross? I thought you meant
It's
my
still a stone
actual
basement.
hands in
If
real
the
life.
princess
I'm
lives
like, what
here,
the fuck?
slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs.
She's getting sexier
Come
every
down
time.
and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes
Is she like a
ago, you were
succubus
going
or
on about how
something?
pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming
tumbling.
and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the
Wait, he
vast
actually fell. I was
temple-like
joking.
room beyond. The princess towers over you,
Oh,
almost
okay.
glowing in the weak
Okay.
starlight, her figure framed
I mean, we
by
can
a
destroy the
stained
world
glass
together.
window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Okay.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor. We didn't have to do that,
Oh, shit.
and yet you did.
she's so much more than us. You wouldn't
She's gonna kill us one
understand
way or
what it
another.
feels like to be in her
Yes, ma'am.
presence.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
I mean, we can just pick it up again if we need to. It's just like right on the floor next to us.
Kneel.
Also, she's like already broken free from one chain. Okay.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees
So it's just like a
painfully connecting
submissive
with hard
simulator.
stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new.
I am toning it down because you guys are in chat as well. I would play up the down bad a lot more if it was like my other mates. Just let me
It's
know
time
that.
for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that
This
in
is
some
so much
other
more hot
reality you
today,
failed to
bro.
destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson.
Wait, so
You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she?
And you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable.
He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to
well,
stop
wait.
her?
The voice of the hero is here as well? Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
How long has he
First
been there?
things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The
Okay.
stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your
Thanks.
mind.
Cause she like a bug. I mean, she did before, and she was like, looked frail. What would you have me do? What do you have me plan? Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. I have questions for you before I decide to do anything. What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it.
Okay.
But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Maybe not. You want to come out, but I mean, I feel like we should maybe like resist a little more. I'm not gonna help you end the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do this. Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart. All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
You're so powerful, why can't you break the
Don't be
chains yourself?
rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world.
No.
That's
What's the
exactly
laugh?
why it's rude. We should know our place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity.
Are these like two different sort of like personalities of her, or is that just like emphasis that she's more angry when she's saying this?
The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
Alright.
Your will was so easily
Now
broken.
you want me
Am
over.
I that magnificent? All you need to do now is break my chains.
But I don't have like the key.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it
We dropped the
doesn't
knife there.
belong, trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that
This
it
game's
can't
mean.
understand.
That's small.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine. Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Oh.
Break my chains.
What? Oh, God.
And how are we supposed
If
to
I
do
had
that?
it set up,
All
I
we
would
have is
start
a
playing
blade.
Fleetwood Mac the chain right now, but it's going to take too long and the joke wouldn't be worth it.
All you need to do is believe it's been done. You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All
They're
you
not
have to do
quite opposite
is open
in
the
sync.
last door to your heart. It's easy.
once you let her in, you'll be safe.
Please, don't do this.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be. It is good.
Alright, I'm done with this.
I
I'm just gonna
am
go sit in
done.
the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back. Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist.
I didn't like that sound.
She is loose, and the end is upon us.
Wait. He said free, and she said loose. Was that a mistake, or was that meant to be different?
What a good disciple you are. Come,
Dude, there is definitely some
It's
people who would
time
play
for us
this
to
that would
leave.
absolutely be getting off to this. What happened to her?
nothing. And then, everything.
I see. Pledge your loyalty to your better. But you do not take her hand. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again.
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
I don't like him whispering in my ears. The mirror never scared you before.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. I don't want to look at us.
Don't jump scare me, please. The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. Oh, I'm such a cutie. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You are at the cabin. Oh, hey, girl.
Something
Oh.
finds me in the long quiet and brings me the
Nah, I don't think
gift
so.
of a fragile vessel.
What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of that. You know the narrator. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the body, destroy your body. What the fuck? What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? I think that you are like me.
I'm confused. Why, when I put the, does it put the? I don't know.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you. How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Shit, girl, I don't know. I'm just asking questions.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone.
Ah, shit.
There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can
these
hold a
vocals.
fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt. You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. I know only that they are. She is part of me, and part of me is her.
I feel like this is something we should have got like 3 hours from now. But were you always the princess, or were you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
W, fuck's sake. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness,
Yeah, I know. That's why I read your
hope
message and I
as
saw
I
it.
witness you. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Those eyes are going to be creepy when we see them.
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception.
This is like purgatory.
She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps
okay.
then we will know our freedom.
So this is like part of an ending, then you need to get like all the endings to like... Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How much more pieces do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am
Helpful.
infinite.
So it's
The
more than
rest
one
will
and less
find
than
their own
infinity.
way
Cool.
home.
We only found one. Yeah, I know.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
There's a U in mold. You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. Everything, until we meet again. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh! Fucking Jesus, that was loud. Oh! Jesus Christ. That was way louder than I expected.
You're on
Oh!
a path in the woods,
Okay.
and at the end of that path, you're here to slay her.
No, you can skip previously red dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. Oh. I know, okay. Okay, let's be like super all in. Let's destroy the princess and see what happens.
That's the spirit.
Oh, okay.
You make your way up the short path. You take the blade from the table.
Now, the interesting part is
The door
this
to
going
the
to be
basement
different?
creaks open, revealing a staircase. Good. You're still listening to reason.
You gonna get food? Alright.
You walk down the stairs.
Oh, hey girl, I'm
and
back.
lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
You caught me. Nuh-uh. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Steal your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only
Yeah.
weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Yeah.
So, you should just drop it.
No.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Okay.
You lunge forward
Oh,
without a
no.
moment's hesitation. You feel
Oh.
flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already
I
sinking
got some like
deep into
feathers
her
here as
heart.
well. Interesting. Am I like a harpy
Oh.
or something? I didn't expect you to actually do it.
This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over?
Of course it is. She's dead. I'm not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of trick up her sleeve. Of course not. That was way too easy.
It's over. Don't get all worked up.
We should make sure. What's the harm
No,
in
don't
checking
do
for a
that.
pulse? I really don't think you should do that.
Yeah, I don't think so
And
either.
why shouldn't we? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Where a
Nothing
lush
at all,
forest stood
nothing at
mere
all.
minutes ago, the only thing in
Oh,
front of
shit.
you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
That's bullshit. Let me out of it. Oh, okay. Kind of hoping I get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful Psst. Hey, we're not just going to stay here forever, right?
I don't trust anybody. Can you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy. Hell no. Do you have any idea of how to get us the heck out of here? Of course we should have here. Is he talking to us? Of course we are. I like it here.
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice.
Oh my god, we're gonna go
There's
for the
only
blade
one
and then
thing
she's
we
gonna
want you
back.
to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is
I don't.
you,
No,
dear
no, of course I
hero.
don't. His idea of like a happy life is just like nothingness. I can hear everything you say. A little voice says only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear.
He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you, do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Why wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead? Anything to get out of this hell. You're right, I didn't like that idea. I'm just going to stick around and do nothing for a little while.
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we'd die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just, I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
Schizo. You better be right about this. I'd be pretty upset if we die. I'm not risking death over your weird hunch. Anything to get out of this hell. You're right, I didn't.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held
Wouldn't that have,
it.
like, fell out? Because it's not, like, in anything
You pick
anymore.
up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die.
Yay!
The end.
Suicide Simulator.
Nice knowing you.
Nice knowing you.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Okay.
If you don't,
This isn't.
It will be the end of the world.
Oh, you bastard! You're in for it now. I'm wasting your tricks. I'm getting a terrible sense of danger. Wait, hasn't this happened already? Okay, no. But I killed myself. What am I doing?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine.
Voice of the cold.
It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Let's assume intended truth and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two
Wait,
very
turn around and
different
leave.
questions.
I'm gonna try and do that.
Fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me. You died last time, which...
Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked
Is
us
that
to,
the...
and then you locked us away in an
We
empty
slayed
void
the
for
prince. We
eternity.
slew the prince. That's a
So we
weird.
slew ourselves too.
Well, if you killed
I
yourself,
don't like that word.
then you weren't listening
It
to me.
reminds me of cold
Because
swallow.
I
We
would
cold
never
swallow the
want
princess.
you to do that. Believe it or not, I care about you.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything?
If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions
What
last time around...
one question I will ask is how
consequences.
sort of long is this game, or is it like very dependent on the choices you pick? So like a few hours, or like 6, 7,
What
or
do you
like
mean? Of course there weren't any consequences.
half an hour more?
We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how
can
you
get
got
along.
back
Okay.
here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Okay. Interesting.
Had
Alright,
you
that's
failed to slay the princess,
I think it
what
was
would
like
have happened to everyone in the place
about a
you
£15
left?
game, so I assume it's like reasonably lengthy.
It doesn't
But I
matter,
can't imagine it's
we
going to be
didn't
like
fail to
normal
slay
visual
her.
novel length of, like
If she's
25,
really
30
back,
plus
which I
hours.
doubt, it'll be just as
Oh,
easy
okay.
to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying.
Just stay focused, will you?
Oh, do you think there's something else out there? All right. Let's see
Definitely.
what we can
Alright, that's fine.
find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again.
Are we still good for chained together at 8?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Okay, fine. You're persistent. I'll go to the cabin. I'll slay the princess. Ugh! Okay, fine. I'll go to her and talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. I guess we'll see. Lie. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient.
What a bitch.
Oh, how quaint.
How quaint.
He really wants us to go in there, doesn't he?
Sheesh. Leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies.
Well, it is like
Forever.
two characters so far, so where's the everybody?
But fine.
Oh, two
Turn around
characters.
and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
Uh-oh.
What's going on? Where are we?
I don't know. But it feels like home.
Is that her? The world around you is unwound. Its physical matter replaced by textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet. Once again, memory returns. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. I'm turning it down because that sound before was very loud. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. The empty spaces. Feelers probe around the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustrations. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to use. Is it useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts? Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. Return to our destined past or face the consequences. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods.
What do we do now then? So we've tried to kill her, and then she killed us. We've actually killed her, then we got nothingness. We've killed ourselves. Are
you serious? No, you have to do it. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
maybe the cabin's different.
That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly.
Maybe we try and free her? I don't think we tried that.
Before you go any further, she will lie. Fortunately, she's only a princess, whereas you are a valiant and talented warrior.
Said that before.
We can't just go through with this and listen to him. She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the aint. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to
almost
remember
like
it for the rest of your
sassy.
life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the...
Well, I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you. I think I'm here to slay you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
But I'm hideous.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
I want to know how she escaped from this one. Where the rest of the chain is.
She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot right...
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it.
About
If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end. You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Probably.
No, you're doing the right thing.
doing the right
You
thing,
walk up
mate.
to the chains binding the princess to the wall. And
Like,
give
what,
them a
how are
tug.
you going to get out
They're
of this?
large and heavy, far too solid for you to
Yeah.
even imagine.
And a
trying
knife
to
ain't gonna
break
do
them
anything.
apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
I don't know.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the
That
princess
wasn't
away down
upstairs?
here
Oh,
intended
you
for
mean
her
like-
to never see the light of day.
This is the downstairs.
They
yeah.
wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Oof.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm
Yeah.
sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
Sure.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock.
Oh,
sliding
shit.
into place.
Who the fuck is that?
Someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the
Creepy.
princess. You try the door, but it's
Well,
You
fuck.
make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were
We
supposed
did that
to.
before, it didn't work.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
What I'm wondering is what triggered her to be like nicer this time round. Was it because we didn't pick up the knife? Because like maybe if we do this same thing again but we have the knife, but we're like, we're here to save you, maybe we can cut her out of it or something and then she could save us. But I don't know if
I
picking
heard
up
the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
But I don't know if picking up the knife triggered her to be like, who's there? Because she had like a softer voice this time before we even said we're gonna save her.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Oh,
hesitates
Jesus!
before raising her hand to her mouth, her teeth tearing
Fucking hell.
inwardly with the determination of a trapped wolf.
That's
As she
creepy.
rips her flesh from her bone,
Oh my
the sound comes from
God.
behind you. The clang of it's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way
Okay.
down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do
Well,
that.
we killed her before, so yeah. I like how it wasn't even an option.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just
Ooh.
above the unyielding chain.
Just nice, but still
binding
nice. Yeah,
you
I mean, that's
to
fair.
place.
I mean, if you were like locked up in a fucking dungeon for decades or whatever, you'd probably be nuts too.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp,
Whoa.
and it takes little effort to crack through the bone.
I'm
of
glad
her
this
arm.
isn't any more realistic.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like
She's
she
like a
isn't even
Yandere
bothered
or
by
something.
what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
The bone in my arm is actually a key to get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair,
Whoa, whoa,
your
whoa,
body
whoa, whoa, whoa,
steps
whoa!
forward and
No,
raises the
no!
blade.
I didn't do this.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body
Oh.
lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
But the princess dodges,
Let's go.
stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Is there like a
We
true ending
both
I've
know
gotta
this
try and find?
Isn't you?
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife
Jesus.
work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you...
Brana's gonna come out like,
out.
what the fuck is going on?
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down
Christ,
at
I've
your
already been
ruined
doing this an
chest
hour.
as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like
Toxic.
this, right?
Okay, so after you left, what was the last thing you saw? Okay, so the playthrough after you just left, we just... Oh yeah, okay. So that was like one of the endings or something. Then we started from the beginning, and I completely just followed up what the narrator said. So we just went down. We didn't say anything. We just went to the cabin. We just stabbed her in the chest, and she died. We went to go outside, and it was just like a void of nothingness. So killing her basically just like ended the world or something. And after like a while, we were just in there's like, what do we do? So we went back down, got the knife, and killed ourselves. And I think it just ended or something. Or I think we got another like weird purgatory-esque thing. And then we tried to just not go to the cabin at all by just going down like the opposite direction. And we got another one of those endings or something. And then on this playthrough, we went to save the princess. So we didn't pick up the knife, despite it being in her hand. We didn't pick up the knife. We went down. She's like, oh, do you have anything to like? Do you have the key? Do you have anything to like free me? I'm like, no, I don't have anything. So she bites her fucking wrist off, and then she just conjures the blade from somewhere. We chop her arm off, so you can see like that's her stump. It was quite nasty. And then the narrator locked us in the basement with her. And then she stabbed me because the narrator wanted me to kill her, and there was like loads of options to slay her, and then like one to resist. And then she took the knife from us and like is stabbing us.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice.
So yeah,
It's over.
killing the princess is bad, but then like if we don't kill her, she kills us, and that's
Everything
also
goes dark.
bad. So you know,
And you die.
isn't that surely it can't get worse than this? Yeah, no, it will. I'm sure it will. The dams.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of
It's
that
annoying.
path
This
is a cabin.
part, like obviously we read this part,
And
but
in
because
the
it's on like a
basement of that
different
cabin
play, it's on like a
is a
different
princess.
chapter or something. It's not letting us.
You're here to slay her. My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time.
Stanley Parable, yeah.
If he doesn't
It
remember
is a
what
little bit.
happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he
That's
didn't
like one
approve
of
of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky.
That's like one of my favorite games ever. So that's
Our
why I'm like,
beloved.
I like the meta, like fourth wall breaking narrator thing. It's really cool.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically.
Yeah, she like wasn't.
Sounds like he's
before
the
she
sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
before she like bit her arm off, she was like very innocent and sweet. She wasn't like, you know, like high and mighty. It's like, you think you can defeat me? She was like, oh my god, you've got to save me.
Isn't worth saving.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? Okay, so it's...
Warning, before you go any further. She will lie,
I mean,
she will cheat, and she will do it.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game.
Your little game.
It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do.
I mean, I
but
do
I
as well.
also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are
I like how
strong and all,
every
but
single
everyone needs to hear
narrator
them.
in video games
Something's
is
better
they're
than
always
that.
British. You never hear like an American one, because even in Little Misfortune, which is what was a Swedish game, he still had a British narrator. Stanley Parable, British narrator. This
Don't
game,
give their
British
bickering
narrator.
any mind.
We just do
Focus on
narration
the
really well.
task ahead.
Okay, so is this where like the mirror's gonna be, and we're gonna be all like weird and small?
The interior of the
Yes.
cabin is clean
Okay.
and elegant. Its
Wait,
stone
but
walls draped in fine
We're
threaded
not small
tapestries.
this time, but there is a mirror.
Prison befitting a royal prisoner.
Okay.
The only furniture of note, the blade is your implement. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
I love this
In
guy.
which case she'd be lying to you because...
Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Maybe she's got what's that? Dissociative identity disorder, but it sounds like you have it. To be fair, we're the best at narrating. Clearly, is the door different every time? I'm not sure. Was that this? Is that the same one as like the first standard door? Because the one before was like way bigger and more grand, right? Oh, the music's different. Although maybe we just didn't get to this point before. The soundtrack's absolutely fantastic to this. I'm absolutely loving it.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much. It's real. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. But it was there a second ago.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Yeah, we had a mirror before, but that was when we were really small, I think. Let's try and like not kill her again and see what happens. Maybe we should have took the knife actually. It doesn't matter.
The door to the basement creaks
okay.
open,
We
revealing
didn't
an intricate
have the lights
stairwell.
before.
Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls.
I
The
kind of
basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight.
I kind of like that the art is very sketchy and simple, because I feel like that just means there's going to be so much variety in like what's happening.
But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear
It's like
wedding bells
interdimensional
already.
romance. I can
I
hear the
felt my
wedding
tongue
bells.
till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the
Yeah, I
princess.
did too.
We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love.
You don't know.
Just remember, you walk down the stairs and lock eyes
I
with
feel
the
like
princess.
I don't remember like
There's
the
a
red
heavy
carpet
chain
before.
around her wrist.
My love!
My
We're here
love.
to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
That voice reminds me of something. I'm never gonna. Oh, it reminds me of Do you know the boss from IT Crowd? I think like the second one, like the slightly chubby dude with like the facial hair. I can't remember what his name is, but he has like that really like posh booming voice.
You know she can't hear.
That's who he
right?
reminds me of.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely
Let me find it.
she can hear my spirit.
IT Crowd boss. Douglas Renham, yeah.
Venom Industries.
Yeah.
A big, hard business in a
Dude.
big, hard building. Thrusting into the future.
It sounds
strongly,
exactly like him.
again and again. Pounding the future. Make
That sounds exactly like him.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
So she remembers me.
Did you
Okay.
hear that? She said we're dashing.
It's like the same
Called
version.
us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way.
And before it's
to
like
you, doesn't
actually
it?
the same guy.
Waiting
That'd
for
be
you
incredible.
to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Okay.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
You killed us.
Well, she killed us.
And I would have it again and
As he
again.
made us try and kill her, it was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
But I do not have the knife.
We damned a whole world. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep
Yeah, you
her
did.
off her feet and treat her
I
like
showed
the
you the,
lady she is.
The title card, it said this is a love story.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic
But it
and
was like 3
romantic
lines.
destiny than I've ever been.
I thought you liked
Shan't let
reading.
Anyone
I
convince
could use
us
that excuse, but
otherwise.
you can't.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
I will save you, princess.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill
Don't
us.
like reading rubbish.
She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
I didn't bring a knife, so I have to cut you out again. What happened after I died? I have to ask. Did you end the world after you killed me back there? What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking. I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
I have no feelings one way or the other about the world ending. Honestly, the world sucks, people are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to all of them. Yes.
I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a misanthrope.
Lucky for you, I did destroy the world. I destroyed all of it and made it all
Let's
fun for
go!
everyone.
I'd point out that she just admitted to obliterating the entire world, but I guess that wouldn't actually move you. Oh, it moves me. Whatever we do next, we should do our best to not let her out.
Oh, okay, 1 second. I have to go get my shopping. I'll be like 5 minutes. Remind me to unmute when I'm back. Thank you. Hello. Let me change up my headphones. Need a BRB screen? I have one, but I don't know, can't be bothered. I don't need to be professional for you two. I'm unmuted. For a second, where did you go? That's funny. Music's so relaxing. Exactly, you didn't need a BRB screen. You do, we deserve it. I mean, I have this. Never mind. It doesn't work. I did have a proper one, but when I guess when I switched to my new PC, it didn't carry over. That's funny. It's close enough. I'll make one at some point, maybe. I don't know. I don't go BRB very often. Oh, yeah. Sorry, it was a bit longer than I thought. I had to ask the person about something because I've been like scammed. Last week I got like a bottle of champagne from my friend, and it was like £12, and it got replaced by something that was £37. I'm like, oh sweet, I got like a way better bottle for like a lot cheaper, but they haven't refunded me, so I need to like follow that up, and they don't have like an email system, so I'm gonna have to call someone, and I'm like, is £20 worth going to the anxiety of calling someone? I don't know, but I guess so. Hopefully it just resolves itself. I don't know. Sound by Tesco. Actually, it was Sainsbury's. No, they don't. I asked like twice. So you have to pay. You have to pay initially, and then they refund you. Because when I accepted it, I'm like, do I get paid for this? Because I'm not paying like £25 extra. And they were like, no, you'll get it back. And then I asked the woman today, and she said, yeah, you should get it back. You should follow up. So, yeah. Anyways. Oh, it moves me. Whatever you do next, we should do our best to not let her out.
But have you seen her angelic face? She should get a pass.
Such a cutie.
She just wanted to make us happy.
True.
By destroying the world.
Yes, destroying it just so we could be together.
Apparently, yes.
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? I'm sorry about what happened last time. Naruto sent me here to kill you. Took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
Another version of me was pushed to such drastic action. It was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Oh, I didn't
doesn't.
consider that.
There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
You got to see it this time.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Yeah, I'm sure that will
What?
happen.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
Oh, I can't remember what movie or show it was, but there was something where they got like arrested and they were in the back of a cop car and they like broke their wrist so they could slip through, or they broke their thumb so they could slip through the. But ugh, nasty.
Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd
Saw.
be okay with.
We don't
any
have a bloody
idea we
saw.
came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time?
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further.
Oh
evidence that
no,
she's
no,
a
no!
monster
It's not, it
who's
wasn't
not
so.
to
It
be
was in the back of a
trusted.
cop car,
So go ahead and slay her.
and I feel like it was something I've already watched. I don't know if it was like. I don't know what it was, but it was nasty.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another
I hate
step
Saw.
towards the
I
princess,
fucking
I'll
hate those,
do
like,
what? Take over our
what they
body
call
and
gore
force us to
porn
try
or
and
something.
kill her?
Films.
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain.
Villain.
My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned.
We're doomed.
She has a crown now. She had like a tiara before.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I
Is this
told
like
you,
Beauty and the Beast?
There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh, if only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be...
We've done that before, it does not work!
...would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
We leave and then we have to figure out our whole lives to figure out what we want to do
That
next.
sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand. The last hopes of
How-
the entire world
this is gonna go downhill
slipping through
so
your fingers
quickly.
as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
You think you can open it? I think we can open it if we try to go. I think I've got this. Open the door. What is that? Let's try it
Okay.
together.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. I mean, you
A
like...
pair of teenagers in love. You and the princess place your hands on the door together.
Oh.
Blech. And lock clicks and the door creaks
The
open.
power of love.
Kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs and the blade.
No.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Yes.
You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Let's go!
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door
Is it
to
gonna
the
be
cabin,
the void?
and then you step outside.
Romantic haze, your love will set you free.
Our happy ending at last.
Let's go! We won!
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go?
Oh no!
Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be
Oh
so
no!
cold?
Oh no!
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Whoops. But you didn't get to the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here?
Of course you're scared. This is not the end, but it is... this is not the end for you, but it's not the end for me. Oh, this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. You'll be okay, just trust me, we've been here before. You always get scared. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels... Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
What's this? The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward, they're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Is this going to be different? The bloat, you've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Oh. You are at the cabin.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed? What does this feel like to change?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a straight
I'm
answer?
sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, the vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
What does it feel like to change?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my
So
own.
everything's gonna
They are
be
useless to us
different.
now. Inaccessible.
Like I won't get the same
The
ending more than
only
once.
paths of value are those that are yet untread.
That's really good if that's the case.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know
This game is
your
definitely different.
absence.
What do you mean?
I will long for your return, but it will give me time
To what
to
I've seen
reflect
before.
on what I am.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't
We
seen
will
anything
meet
quite
again.
like this. It does have. Oh my god, everything. Ah! I keep forgetting it does that. Bring the. A loving vessel, bring the damsel to her.
You're on a path in the woods. And
Yeah,
at the end of
it
that
has
path
like.
is a cabin.
It's a little bit like, you know,
And in
Doki
the
Doki
basement
Literature
of that
Club
cabin
and
Is a princess.
Stanley Parable and a couple other things. But I haven't seen anything like quite like this.
You're here to slay her. If you don't,
Alright. What do we do now then? Do we try and... we try to kill her, but instead of like kneeling down to her, we refuse. Maybe let's try that. Unless
make your way
something's
up
like
the
obviously
short
different.
path to the cabin.
I don't know. It seemed like it wouldn't, but surely if you take the same... Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll do that at some point. Alright, let's take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here.
Yeah, so
I was
she's
starting to think they'd forgotten
she's
about
already
me.
got a bit of sass to her. She didn't have this before. And I don't know if it's because of what we say or
You
because
walk
of
down
the...
the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Because we have the knife.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the...
She's so coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
Yeah, maybe.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? So, you should just...
She's unarmed. I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she...
Hesitating. Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Okay, so if we attack her now, she should kick our ass, but then we're not gonna like lie down like a dog, and then let's see what happens.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct.
Oh, okay.
A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time. With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the
I didn't expect
princess's
that to happen.
heart.
Oh,
Oh.
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. Do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Great voice.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is...
Pretty talented voice actor, not gonna lie. He does a lot of
that's
voices.
exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her.
Hello.
You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did exactly what you said. Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So long as we're careful, we can win this. That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip.
Stiff upper
You'll
lip.
save the world in no time at all. Just be quick about it.
We killed each other last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen? All she did last time was stab me to death. How can someone like that in the world who's locked him?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. Oh, I didn't
Special?
know you
Oh
were
my
special.
God.
Of course you're special.
If anyone's special here, it's her.
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you
Everyone's
didn't listen
special.
to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
I'll try.
Great.
Tell her how to leave.
A warning. She will lie.
You couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken
Interesting.
boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
It does, you're correct.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and but there was a mirror a second
We get that
ago.
mirror eventually.
Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
You take the blade from the table.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
The second chapter, there's always a mirror, yeah, and we always look at it, and the narrator's always like, what mirror? And then we wipe it clean and it disappears.
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds
So
like
in the
the
second
rhythmic
chapter, the
scraping of
room is
metal
always
coming from
different.
down below.
Like the table and the door
princess
and
lives
whatnot.
here,
Or the
slaying
door, at
her
least.
would probably be doing her a favour.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just
Just
her
like
chains
Pyramid Head or
dragging across
something.
the floor. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
She's also like auto-tuned to her
There's something
voice.
so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final
Ooh,
step, the
creepy.
form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for?
What are you
You wanted
waiting
to
for?
rescue me, right? Last time, if somebody came into my house and tried to kill me and I cut
This is
his
a new
neck
voice.
open and then he stabbed me in the heart and we both died looking in each other's eyes, well, surely I would remember that. But I
Sweats nervously.
don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
There you go again, talking up delusions about...
Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her?
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember. Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
Would I just lie? Would I just lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again?
Stab you
I mean,
again?
just so I could stab you for the first time.
She's gonna like twist her head
She
360
said
degrees.
Again, and her taking it back doesn't count. Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop
Can't lower
This is
sus,
only
yeah.
going to end with violence. Postponing the inevitable is only going to make it worse for you when it actually happens.
Know that you're mad at me, but I think we both need to let bygones be bygones. What if we're both honest with each other? Screw it, slay the princess.
But if we killed each other, then why are we here? Right now. Both of us normal
Don't
and unstabbed.
say that. There's been a suspiciously low amount of jump scares, and by low I mean basically zero apart from the loud sound when it ends.
What?
No!
No, I wouldn't stab you. And you are a brave knight who's supposed...
I have absolutely zero doubts. She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do
I have to
it.
dip for a bit, unfortunately busy week at work, and I have a big meeting in 10 minutes, just need to get myself prepared. Okay.
But you know who
Well, thank you
is
for
armed?
hanging out and watching.
You. So stop second guessing yourself and just do your job.
I'll be streaming this for a little while longer. I'm still pretty engrossed, and if you said it's as long as you say it is, then I'll be streaming this another day. So you know.
But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before...
I don't know.
Of course I won't.
I don't know.
Against your better
that's
judgment,
scary.
you walk across the room to within arm's reach.
Hopefully you
of
don't
the
miss too much. I'm pretty
princess.
sure this is why I had to start dipping when Leiden played 2. God damn it. Dripping in sarcasm, yeah.
I don't like the way you said within arm's reach. You hear the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right? Hers, at first, then yours. Your neck, specifically. Again? Really? You collapse to the ground, your vision
Damn,
swells
she
as
got
you
a
attempt
fucking-
to focus on her bloody blade and the limp sack
fucking
of flesh
Excalibur
that
in her
was once
hand.
her arm.
You're going to die now.
Oh, okay.
And with a quick jerk of her elbow, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Did that well, yeah. Oh! Chapter 3. We haven't got to chapter 3 before. Oh, exciting.
You're on a path in the woods. Now,
Oh,
what? The
shit.
interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of
Hold up, I missed something. What is it cheating? No, fuck that. If we're going to have to keep doing this over and over again, we're not starting the goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
So they all have, like, omniscient powers or whatever
Circle's getting smaller
it's called.
and smaller.
Omnipotent powers.
Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Voice of the Hunted.
What's the point of fighting if she's just
Oh,
going to
the
win
broken
every
hairs
time?
too.
It hurts.
Oh, maybe we had to
Being
get a certain
sliced
amount of
pieces.
endings before
We're
we got to
better off
this,
just
because
sitting up here and doing
that
nothing.
he's not been around since the
Great.
start.
So obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart.
More than that.
You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world. Let's just stay focused, shall we?
Maybe.
The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
And what if we never do?
So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to?
What basement?
I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Oh.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. Surprising.
Surprising.
Just an illusion.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and
hey, girl.
The princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over again. Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
The past isn't real.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her
Jesus.
torn sleeves. The chain
falls
to the floor.
Okay, go. I'm sorry.
She's loose.
You just got your little fucking butter now.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Fuck's sake.
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
We're fighting her, obviously. We're going to appeal to her authority, puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk this out. Oh, that's easy. I'm going to try flirting with her. She has swords for arms and we don't. We're panicking. We're going to fight her and we're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. All these ideas suck. Think of something better.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off the part of us that feels things.
I turned that off.
Real.
Pain is good. It's how we stay alive.
Nah, I'm sick of pain. Yeah, this whole thing would be a lot more tolerable if it didn't hurt so much.
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
The princess closes the distance and we dodge. And you
dodge. And dodge.
Oh,
and we dodge.
You're fast. But let's see how fast you really are.
You dodge the princess's blows for as long as you can, sustaining only nicks and cuts as you attempt to avoid her blades. But it isn't long before you're winded. That's all the opening she needs.
Hey, we survived longer than I thought we would.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
And? Does it hurt?
No.
Ooh.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die, Your Honor? No, Your Honor. Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. That's all we'll ever be. If we didn't realize we were dead, then we made progress.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
As long as we keep moving, why not? It's not like dying again and again is doing us any harm. Let's see how far this little lion hole goes. Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded.
Come on, show me something new.
Unzips pants. We're fighting her. Obviously, we're going to. Oh, okay. So we just gotta. Let's get the flighty guy back. Doesn't work, and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness sleeps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
Excuse you.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder.
She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood
Why?
that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh. That didn't do much of anything.
Try.
We're tougher than I thought. Just panic. Flee.
Power.
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes. We can't give up.
Okay, let's go again.
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that.
Wait, does she have more knives
I'm
now?
sure
What the
she'll
fuck?
listen to reason.
She skewers you.
See? We're getting better.
Okay, yeah. That was a good one.
None of this is working. Think.
She skewers you.
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it?
You're right. One last time, that's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, mutually assured destruction.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window?
Over my dead body. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many
That's
times
crazy.
than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
Sure, I can think of a better way to die. Yeah, they're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and
I love
towards
this
our
guy.
destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only
It's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this? Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you gonna say what she does?
Do you want me to talk now?
Well, yeah, she says she has something new.
I want to hear about the new thing.
I want the new thing.
Yeah, me too.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really?
Describe it.
Okay.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches.
She's doing the Coraline thing when she turns into the
Then
spider.
it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the
She is
room
just
is a
knives.
skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
It just turned into like Elden Ring and we got
Holy
a fire.
shit! She's gorgeous.
Okay, too far, brother.
Behold,
Oh.
a perfect woman.
Oh, they're
Do
all-
you think we can throw her out the window?
What window?
That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
Oh.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing. We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it. Alright,
Schizo.
It's so quiet.
Something feels different about
too.
you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Thank you. Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. He said it, not me. Good ending. Interesting. You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. I'm gonna turn it down because I don't like the loud jump scare. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. The decay you withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Oof.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make things worse? What do you think of this vessel? What do you think of this vessel?
This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. As easily as you can stand to be you, you are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
How's your editing coming along, by the way? Are you doing the I was gonna say King of the Hill, Mountain King thing?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does
This
it
game's
make
too
me
intriguing,
care
so I
for
decided to pay
anyone else.
attention. Wow, that's
Does
rare.
it make you worse?
What a compliment.
Do you resent me? It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing
My
happens.
roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Bring the razor full to her.
You're on a path
How many achievements
in
does
the
this
woods,
have?
and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Okay, I was like, oh, we're doing pretty
And
good
in
for
the basement
achievements. We
of
got
the
11 so
cabin
far. There are
is a princess.
97 achievements.
You're here to slay her. If you
You want to make a choice? What do you want to do now? I mean, let's just like go to the cabin, but beyond that. You want to take the blade or just go down?
you take the blade from the table,
Whoops.
it the door to the basement creaks open.
Hi, just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you, or continue down silently.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting
That's
to
what we
think
said
you'd
last
forgotten
time.
about me.
You
So,
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
alright, do you wanna yap or just go towards her with the knife?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason.
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
Not dropping the blade. Drop the blade, say the princess.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Oh, what a bitch. Fine then, I guess we're at an impasse. Squint at the princess while holding onto the blade. Drop the blade, slay the princess.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Are you sure you don't want to talk? Stare at the princess while holding onto the blade. Drop the blade, slay the princess.
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around
He just
this
like
forever.
yapping.
Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Drop the blade, slay the princess. Make the choice.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and
Made
drops
him
to the floor
sigh.
with an unceremonious clang.
Clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
That's pretty awkward. A relationship where you come on to me. How would I get you out of here? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Okay, we've talked enough. Right, do I do some yapping or just we've talked enough? Relationship. I think I did that.
Don't jump to any weird conclusion.
Yeah. How would I get you out of here? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Okay, we've talked enough.
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness.
Note the lack of detail.
Yeah, we did this like the first time. A lot of this. How would I get you out of here? How long have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Okay, we've yapped enough.
Too long.
Again, she offers no...
What a bit. I don't think that's an option. You literally just did exactly what I did the first playthrough.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. Well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting. Right, she is. I'm sure of it.
You know I'm here to kill you. Okay, we've yapped enough.
Do you?
I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter. Lie, no. Remain silent.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Say the princess, I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit, so we can get to know each other better. While I decide what to do, keep her locked away. Examine the chains.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around up there, and if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you through. So this is the one I think I picked before. This is the one I didn't pick. Check upstairs, yeah.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
What a
You
prick.
hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of here! Try the door or return to the bottom of the stairs. Yeah, that's the narrator who's done that. He's so sulky, yeah, for real. I think we probably got to return, but you can check the others if you want. Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess or slay the princess?
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against
At least she
the
didn't
princess's
gnaw
arm,
her
just
wrist off
above
this
the
time.
massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to.
She's gonna like swing around the chain and like hit you with her hand.
Arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
How is she so composed after losing an arm?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh, these are all cancelled out. Interesting. So before we had the option for it, but I picked the other one.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but
Stop it. Stop resisting me. The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the
She
conflict
didn't say
in
this
your
before,
eyes.
but
I'll make this quick.
she steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
I don't think she did anyway.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Yeah, she didn't say that.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing
What a
from your
bitch.
butchered neck.
Yeah.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark.
Prisoner. Right, I
You're
need a
on
toilet
the
real quick,
path
so
in the
I'm going
woods.
to mute to go.
And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Do you
And
want
in the basement of that cabin
the BRB screen?
is a princess.
Yeah, the BRB screen. Right. Remind me to tell me when I'm back. I have Ratana.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You're in a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this happened already? Okay, no, but I died. What am I doing here? You bastard, you're in front now. I'm almost here. Trust, proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie.
Yes, don't believe a word she says.
Okay, we've got a skeptic
Just
now.
go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
No, I didn't. Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Alright. Was? Oh.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the
long story.
inviting stone walls, and thick wrought iron bars barricade the
You
windows.
should have been here about
Anyone
like
who enters
10 minutes
that
ago. There
this
was
is
about like
prison.
15 voices all arguing with each other. It was interesting. Why do you want to kill her? Because she's gonna end the world if you don't kill her. But it's not quite as simple as that.
The only furniture of note is an iron table.
They're cray
bolted
and
to
she's
the
cray.
floor,
Yeah, basically.
A pristine blade perched
So how's
at
it
its
going,
edge.
Joe?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. We will approach the mirror every time. We will look at
Walk
it.
up to the wall next to the basement.
What are you talking about?
You reach forward
But there was.
and now it's gone.
Now
If he
it's
doesn't
gone.
want us to know about it, it must be important. We should
say the
keep
blade
You
again.
take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs.
But tired,
Been a
doing
while
well yourself?
since I've
Yeah,
had
I'm not too
company.
bad.
I wonder
Finally
what
had a
visitors she
good
could be
night's sleep
referring
after
to. We're
about
not the
like a
first.
week.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She has a few more chains
She
this
looks up at
time.
you, the heavy
She's
collar
got
around her neck
kinkier.
clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
There's always one that's like broken free, even though like, you know.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be
No,
worried
she's just like
about her
Hannibal Lecter.
restraints?
She needs like one of
If
those face
anything, they'll
masks.
make your job easier.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose,
Yeah.
there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here. Sit with her, say the princess. Let's sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
She's got a
That's
different
reasonable. We take a
tiara
weapon.
again.
Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died last time? That other chain on the wall, who is it for? What would you have me do? I think I'm just going to leave you here, actually. You're not much of a threat to anyone. Locked up like that. Bye. Leave the princess in the basement. That's about
I
the
don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please
Shall we
don't
do it?
lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory. If you... I wouldn't do that. If
Shut up.
And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a...
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity.
Yeah, bro.
I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Oh no!
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Excuse me?
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
All according to the plan.
Yes.
Become your own jailer, prison of the mind.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves
Oh, that
out.
sucks. Hello, Poacher.
Guess we'll
This is the
starve.
true ending.
That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
Well, that's not always true. Hello,
But there's something
Archangel.
special
How's it going?
about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
So we're both stuck here. What should we do? Did you know this was going to happen to me?
No.
Oh, okay. No.
Yep.
Yep.
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen.
Oh.
Maybe not.
Not what was supposed to are you?
Nope.
Waste. Whoops. That's rude.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for.
But this is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes.
At least the world is safe.
It isn't. You're stuck.
Oh.
Too far away from both
I
the
don't think
princess
this is
and
a
your
good
blade.
idea.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
But
Your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
if time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist.
My bean boozle just
That's just how
arrived. That
things
took
work.
ages.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences
exciting,
are
that.
small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
I don't like small talk. Remember?
God, she's such a bitch. This should be the worst person in the world to like be stuck in hell with.
Still rude. You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now.
I wonder how
You can
many,
see
like,
earth
thousands
through
of
holes
years
in the
that would take.
stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
It did, I forgot about it. I think she'll want
That
to.
doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt until suddenly, there are no walls.
We're free!
And
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen.
This
to
was the
either of
correct
us.
ending.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh. Whoops. Can it take me as well?
she's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror again. This doesn't feel right.
You're right. Part of me wants the
Literal
truth, but
kidnapping.
something stronger is holding me back.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The remains you've unraveled. What a scam. It comes with 6 bags of jelly beans with like 5 each. Yeah. I mean, that's like 30. That's like, sounds about right. How much were they? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Oh, hey girl, I'm back. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want me to tell?
Rhetorical. I am not
See the size of the tin?
rhetorical.
I mean...
I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me. Short and violent and full
That happens
of
with, like,
passion.
a lot of things. Have you
But
seen,
all of
like...
those flickers end where the long quiet begins.
Have you seen, like, Pokemon cards? They come in, like, a massive display box and you just get, like, 4 packs. That happens at everything. They just make it
I'm
look
asking
amazingly
you
big.
because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least they're supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence
Not
of something.
like us. I'll just
But
pull up
nothing
some
cannot
Kenny.
exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I called him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. Do you think narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours. One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me.
Oh.
I will be singular.
Surely we're
A
not
fallen
that close.
multitude.
You said this was, like, long.
If I did, I would already be awake.
Alright, bitch.
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever...
I know, but you said it was like multiple streams.
Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
And there was like 80 more achievements to get, but I guess maybe you only need to get like 6 different endings or something, and then the rest is like optional. I don't know, maybe there's like a whole... Maybe this is still like the first sort of act, and then there's like more once you free her or something.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose
Okay,
for me
fair enough,
when
that's
the
kind of
thread
funny.
is fully drawn.
If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here forever if I have to.
You have already chosen to walk along this path, and we both know you will see it to completion. But if you need more time, then I will wait with you.
There is no waiting forever. Wait forever.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
Loud sound warning.
I will be here,
In a second.
waiting for you.
Ow. Everything goes dark, and you die. Bring the prisoner to her, a guarded vessel.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yeah, it is, but
And at
like,
the
I'm
end
not
of that
surprised.
path is a cabin.
That
In
isn't
the
that
basement
bad.
of that
I mean, I turned it down. The first time was
is a
like, Jesus, that was
princess.
loud. And then the second time I was like, Jesus, it's still loud, but I knew it was coming. And now I'm like, it's still loud, but I know
You're
it's
here
coming.
to slay her. If you
Alright, let's just, yep, to the cabin.
You-
I don't know what to pick now. Okay, so we took the knife and we freed her. We didn't take the knife and we freed her. We took the knife and we killed her. We took the knife and we got fucked over. Are we going to do that one again? No, I tried to do that. Let's go into the basement without the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to
Yeah,
think
so
I'd
when
be
you
stuck in
don't
here
have the
forever.
knife, she has this, like, innocent tone to
I
it.
see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
I don't know how
Come
to...
downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Now I'm hideous.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. You're only making this more
Betray
difficult.
her. I mean, I don't have the knife though, so I don't know how I'm gonna betray her. I can like snap her neck or something.
Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You
I'll
walk up
betray
to
her
the
if I
chains
can.
binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
Every time we tried it
They
before,
wouldn't
he
have
locks
just
the door,
left
but if
the
we're
key
going
to
to get
her
the
chain
knife,
somewhere
maybe
in
we
the
can.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out.
Yeah,
someone
no,
else here?
he doesn't let us out. Oh, never mind.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're
I
in.
heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic, right?
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Oh.
hesitates before raising
Yeah.
it as she rips
There
her
we go.
flesh from her bone. A sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs.
Or we could use it to free her.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Alright, now we're gonna kill her.
Without hesitation, you bring
Right
the
in the
blade
boob.
down and plunge it into the princess's back.
That's not her back. That's like her shoulder, if anything.
The wound
Oh.
drives her to
Oh,
the
I guess it
ground.
is her. Wait. That perspective was very
Okay.
weird.
There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard.
You
Were you
bastard.
lying to me this whole
Oops.
time?
The princess pushes away from
Oh,
you,
shit.
the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still
Stab-
alive,
literally
she
stabbed her in the
crouches on
back.
all fours in the corner
Oh,
of the
God.
room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible.
Oh,
end.
God, I'm sorry.
There's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand.
I don't know!
It's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
I'm not so sure.
Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the
Jesus.
same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw.
Jesus.
Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about
You think?
survival now. Give her everything
I
you've
mean,
got.
it doesn't matter. We just need another ending.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees.
Oh, did she never get out the thing? I thought she did.
We can still turn this around.
Run for the stairs and lock her in the basement. Maybe she'll bleed out. It's locked, though.
You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive?
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state
You
the facts of the situation,
literally
and
said to do this.
honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing.
Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart?
You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons. And then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Silence.
Whoops.
As the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The witch.
You're on a path.
It's interesting how
in the
only one of
woods,
them went beyond chapter
and
2.
at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. If you don't,
That was mean of
it will
you.
be the end of the world. A warning. Before you go in, she will lie. Don't worry. You can
Opportunist.
trust us to get the job done.
Oh, really? Oh, wow, I'm just bad at this then.
The interior of the
Ooh.
cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls are chaotic
It's like a
weave
treehouse.
of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
This is my face so far. Oh, what
The
they're in.
blade is
Yeah, it's
your
pretty cool.
implement. You walk up to the wall. What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub
Man.
your hand against the cabin wall. I hope
Let's
you
take the
You take
blade.
the blade from the shelf. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
True.
That's not actually a bad idea. The door to the basement creaks open.
We're gonna find, like,
revealing
Winnie
a
the Pooh down here or
staircase
something.
dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling
lives
is
in a
thick
tree,
with
right?
roots
It's been a
that
while.
hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate.
Oh, speaking
the
of
blue
starlight, I
air,
still need to watch The
only
Boys season
illuminating
4.
the edges
Forgot
of
about
an
that.
opening below.
If Winnie the
It
Pooh out
shines
us.
in the darkness.
It's gonna be like
Some
the
kind of
the
massive
2022
maw
one where he's like a
waiting to
murderer.
swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet,
Not even his
as if
best
your
for real.
lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. Her voice skitters up from below.
She gonna be innocent or a bitch?
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs.
Oh,
Come on down.
She
Don't
sounds
be
like
scared.
a spider.
I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty.
I
Hello.
recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps.
She must have
Okay.
you confused with someone else.
She remembers your betrayal. Yeah.
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you.
She's got like.
Descend the basement steps. Enter
Got some hairy legs there.
below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are. One hand tucked away
Oh, yeah,
behind
she does. I
your
didn't even
back,
notice that.
gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning.
He's more like aware of it this
Well,
time.
you seem to be great at it.
She got you into her.
Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where
We need to
everyone's
get
happy.
the horny guy in.
Don't talk to her.
you're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
What a bitch. I'm sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? I'm sure you've made mistakes. Don't worry, the blade isn't for you or not for killing you. We've got to get you out somehow, right? Should we do the double betrayal, right? Let's see if that works.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
Wait, yeah. Is she even like... Oh, is that the chain there? I can't quite see. But it doesn't look like she's chained up at all.
The princess
oh, is she?
grins
Oh,
as the
well,
chains
never
fall
mind.
from her wrist.
Whoops.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little
bitch.
A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out.
Yeah, for real. Oh my god, it's really delicious. I'm sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. I feel like at this point this will be like desperate. I'm sorry. I get the sense that you're not happy with me. You scared me, okay? When you started gnawing your arm off, it scared me. So I stabbed you. Things got out of hand. We both died last time. Can't bygones be bygones? Look, I know. Things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us. Let's team up. If you could have gotten out this whole time, why did you even need me for? The cabin isn't locked. Why do I have an nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here? Okay, let's leave. I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. Give her the blade. I don't trust you, not enough to free you, and definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving. Bye. I like to be straightforward with my intentions. I didn't care for how you treated me last time. I think you might be a danger to the world and going to attack you now. And he's like, I am going to attack you right now. Show us.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right.
Flat her for
I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Okay.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement.
It's always cool when like the heroes and
We should
villains
take
team up
it.
against like the bigger bad.
Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that. Things did get out of hand, didn't they? But it's hard to let bygones be bygones when they led to murder.
I mean, she makes a good point.
And you started it.
Alright, bitch, you don't need to point fingers.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
What if you give her the knife? I was thinking about that.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice?
I feel like she's
You're
not.
such a
We're not
gracious
making any
little
progress
monster.
there.
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Okay, now we will.
You can't be...
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our
That's
most
fine.
valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no.
As do I. I, abstain?
You abstain.
Didn't interrupt because we were giving her the blade, give her the blade. Haha, yeah, never mind, that was such a silly idea. I'm not going to do that.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right?
Okay, that's fine.
But of course you do.
So each of like the Act 1 and Act 2s are like a puzzle to try and get to Act 3 and 4, is that right? Or I don't know, maybe there's more acts beyond that, but I've only got to that once.
You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps
Slum
forward,
down bad.
taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
That's up to you. It's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it, so now it's your time to choose. We're both scared and we're both hurting. If one of us doesn't make a change, we'll probably kill each other forever. Do you want that? I don't. We can be better than this. You're beautiful. I want to actually save you, and this feels like the only way to do it. If you're like someone I know, you're probably going to kill me. Remain silent. Are we ever going to get through to her? Let's try.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
think we have a chance here. Not necessarily there aren't better or worse outcomes, just different ones. This isn't really a game you can optimize. Okay.
And then she buries the blade in your heart.
I mean, I would say a bitch, but like we literally kind of did the same to her.
What?
So.
No, come on, that's not right. I told you. I told you.
Right.
Lee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
She's gonna teabag
I
me.
did it. I got you.
Got you. Nah, 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 nah.
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
Since now you're the bad guy. Jesus, you really need to get your legs shaved in this scene. Jesus.
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Hand your power to a suspicious character. Chapter 3 does not. So just
You're on a path in the woods.
She stabbed us. She actually
We're
stabbed us.
in a different place. Wait, did that say chapter 3? Or did that say chapter 1? That said 3, right? Oh, okay.
Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against.
Would have the third option work? I have no idea.
But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway.
I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us, though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right?
Like that changes anything.
Wait, that
We all know the
changes
game is
anything?
rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other.
Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time.
Yeah, but we're kind of equal now, right? Like we fucked her over once, she fucked us over once. Maybe we're on even playing ground now.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know.
I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already.
I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her.
Well, we're going to free her. We're even now. I'm sure she understands that, but we can see what she has to say for herself when we get into the cabin. I hope you don't think I'm planning on freeing her after she stabbed me in the heart. Through the cabin. What happens if we just leave? I'm sure you sure seem to be taking the whole looping thing in stride. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's proceed to this. Time to proceed to the cabin. I'm done. Turn around. Let's yeah.
Yes. Good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and
I'm
you're
smart.
the smartest in the room.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not sure it
No one's
counts
ever said that
as
before.
playing both sides if people can hear you doing it. Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in what plan? The
Fidelity.
decider's
Alright,
plan.
rude.
Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how
I am
and
the
when
decider.
to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself.
Sure, we'll see what she has to say for herself, but don't forget that whatever she says is likely just as much lies as what he's been telling us.
If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is, and you should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world. It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and the
Ooh,
interior of the cabin
roses.
is hardly an interior at all
No way.
anymore.
Poppies.
The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life.
Change my mind, this is my favourite bit of colour. I have returned, no one can run board waiting to fantasy. Welcome back, Ease.
The only furniture
I
is the
believe
crisp shell of what
this
was
might
once a
be
table,
the last
a pristine... Wait,
like
is that right?
playthrough
This is
because
supposed to be a pristine blade.
oh shit, the
Why
knife's
isn't there
not
a
there.
pristine blade?
Oh, the last time we got to the darkness thing at the end, she was like, "Oh, we just need one more vessel," so we have, you know, we might get that.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she?
Is this the possible romantic outcome? I don't know. Let's find out.
Well, it's not here. And if she has it,
We're fucked.
let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between
We need
him
the
and
swooning
her,
guy
we
to
say we side with the one who
romance
has
her.
the weapon. It's just the smart.
Maybe,
thing to
I
do.
don't know. I'm not sure if that's the actual ending. I feel like that would be a decent length for this type of game, and it's like you can do it a ton of different times. Like I've got 15 out of 97 achievements, so there is like tons of different outcomes, but I think you just need to get like maybe 6 or something, and then you get like the actual ending possibly. I don't know, or maybe that's just like the first chapter and then there's way more. I don't know.
I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not how this
Don't
is
say
supposed to
anything
work.
if it's spoilers. Have you seen some creepy illustrations? Not massively. What did we see since you've been gone? She got like blades out of her wrists, and then she just turned into like this whole blade monster thing. She chewed her wrist off again. I don't know, nothing like crazy.
Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade.
Nothing
Every
crazy.
single time we come back here, something has to be different.
We need marriage. We need fucked up baby sprogs. What the fuck is a baby sprog? Oh, thank you for the follow, Protron. Appreciate it. Something has to be different. How do we even get down there? The only thing I see is a mirror. Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement. It went away when we touched it last time. Not that this place always follows the same rules. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. What are you doing? Figures. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our...
I mean, it was cool. It was the normal, non-creepy amount of wrist chewing, yeah. I don't know if that's what you refer to though. I found the wrist biting one a bit creepier. But when she just like was standing there and then she just like exploded her wrist and blades came out, I'm like, oh, okay.
The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash.
Is
The air still feels warm, as
this
if the
looks
fires
like
that ruined this
Omega
place have only
Flowies,
recently been
like
extinguished.
vines.
Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease. At least
I'd
Whoops.
say this feels like
I
a
didn't mean
trap,
to do that.
but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going.
Like something you would go, that's like, no, not
They're only
really.
thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? We kill each other and you come back.
So
You let me
romantic.
kill you and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
You guys have a higher tolerance than me? Maybe. I mean, the first time I saw the wrist bite, I was like, oh, Jesus. But like, I was like, okay, that's the tone of the game. That's fine. I want to figure out a way out of here for good. I don't know what I want. I never really chose to come here. I want to free you. I mean it. I just want to talk. Really talk.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Okay.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward.
It's almost defeated, but it does feel more genuine.
You step out into what was once a vast open cavern,
I feel bad
now
for her.
overrun by briars and prickles and thistles. The space thick
The
with
fuck
hostile
is a
vegetation.
briar?
At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess. Her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer?
Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, I'm here to laugh. What did you think what would happen after you kill me? Do you think I wouldn't hold it against? I'm not saying that. I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you. If you'll let me, I can't cut you free, but you'll have to give. I can cut you free, but you have to give me the blade. Why can't she cut herself out? Reach for the blade. You're in a prison of your own making. I broke our cycle of violence. If you want to wallow in it, be my guest. Turn and leave. I guess I don't have anything left to say to you. Turn and leave. Fine, if you're going to be like that, I'm going to leave. Have a nice life. Turn and leave. Okay. I don't know if she's gonna, like, do that immediately. So I think I might have to talk to her first.
I want to trust
Trust me! We have betrayed each other once. We are equal.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
No, no, no.
But you're hiding something, aren't you?
No.
Why would you
You
hide
have
me
the
if you
only
weren't helping
possession I can
yourself?
own. Well. You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm as trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
Stop being a bitch. Give me the knife.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go.
Let
You've
it go.
hurt me.
Let it go. Sorry.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Yes, she understands. Is there nothing I can do to change her mind? She's changing her mind slowly. Can I take the blade now? Reach for the blade. Let's do this afterwards.
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right. There's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something. Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. But it does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse. We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us.
Yeah, I think so too. Then maybe it's past time for either of us to say anything. All that counts as action. Reach for the blade. Can I take the blade now?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
Imagine we said, you
towards
deserve
her
it, and then
gloved
just leave.
hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
I'll be damned. She really gave it to us.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do.
Now, this is the betrayal run. Do we betray her again? It would be very
I think
funny.
You're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick
No,
it to
not
him
going
to
to.
free her. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never
Right
get
here,
another chance.
right now. There's a lot
That
of song
sounds like a
references in
splendid
this
idea.
game.
You should listen to him.
We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move.
It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2.
You don't count.
And why shouldn't he count?
Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter.
He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, is this, like, censorship here? But I wasn't sure if, like, this was, like, her thing that was going on, because it's darker, but it might be the shadow. I wasn't sure if that was, like, her, not corset, the
So,
thing she had on
did you
before.
mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Wait, can we say? I want to make a save slot. I have to see what that bottom one is.
Do you really think you could just wash your hands of all of this? Do you really think you could just leave me here?
This is even better than stabbing her.
Sorry, I had to see what that was. That's so funny.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon
You
as he
think
has the
she's gonna
opportunity,
betray
it's
us
still
now?
better
That
to
should
have
be
him
free.
nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure. We're all friends. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart.
Is there still an option too?
You're not going to do that, are you? Is that really all you've got, threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you. Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right. He's a bit of a nobody, isn't he?
He's a little
Good thing I've been on
bitch.
your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Just got one more vine to cut. I just really hate the people who put us there. Of course I did. Of course I did.
She smiles, her
I
hands
love you
slipping into
forever and
yours, and
ever.
the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
She really is just keeping that on her.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs
Oh, what a
the
cunt.
only way out. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything
Fashion,
to stop
yeah.
us. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? It feels so good to hear you say that you're admitting you've lost and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do
Into
was
the
trust
void
each other.
forever.
It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Hands
So
clasped,
you then learn
the
to
two of
trust
you
again.
open the door
Oh.
and step out into a new day. You irredeemable murderers.
Alright, bitch.
What do we do now? Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
Bamboozled. We took you all along. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory
She's
returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared that this is not the end for you, but it is not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. You better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy.
So you're the real puppet master here? Can't believe I tried to help you.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. Oh, there's a crow. But that is But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down at the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever see... Oh, it's like lifelike. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, what, oh, God. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of glass break off like that? Piece of you break off like that. I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Would it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you a part of me, or are you something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? I've met you many times. Have you been the same you all along? I wasn't supposed to see all of this, was I? What is this place? Where are we? Destroy the mirror. Right, let's do some yapping.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it?
I don't really know what I'm
You needed
looking
help,
at.
after all. An objective voice to guide your blade.
Pretty
You
creepy
were
though.
never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Oh! Fucking hell, that's loud and scary.
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
I can't figure out what he is. I guess we only get a limited amount of questions, maybe?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action.
I mean, I was entirely
That
wrong
is
when I
being
said it was
part
going to be a
of
mega
it,
flowery, because
what
this
is?
like kind of realistic thing is like sort of similar to how that was. So I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I stop asking you questions?
You were, and it was by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore. Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Sure.
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end. You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
Man. Man, life is boring without that. You're not me, then what I... Oh my god. I'm pretty sure death is good, actually. Important even.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
Death of the author run out of questions. Lol.
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece, and my time's up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. A thorny vessel, bring the thorn to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Ooh. Damn. That's kind of hot.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Well, I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means. I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound.
The music has been flawless. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven.
Is that like
nature, isn't it?
A reaction to like how I've played?
When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Explore. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I make my choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. So the princess, I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to go or where to leave. Let's ask a few more questions.
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Oh.
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul. An endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin.
I did.
Your compassion is what freed us both.
Oh, this is.
Compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
Address this vessel's statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but this isn't what any of this has been about. You've done nothing but lecture me since I... No.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
Another thing is to deny the truth in front of you.
Is this
By
like all
believing
the
in
different
suffering,
endings I got?
You make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck.
Yeah.
Bound
Whoops.
for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence.
Holy shit, is there like
And it
fucking
was through
80
that
different
need that you
endings or
carved our
something that they had to
freedom.
do?
Without impermanence,
No wonder it's all in
suffering
sketch
would
style.
never
This would have
end as
taken like
infinite.
20 years to do.
Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark? Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape.
Boundless torrent of blades.
Oh yeah, this is the blade one.
Boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it.
I feel like this game is such a good example of why style is better than like raw quality of like visuals and stuff.
On and on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts or not you. Alive,
Can you turn your mic up? You're not coming through very well.
dead and alive and dead all at once.
You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives.
I mean,
And yet it is all so far behind you.
I wouldn't like
It
not
pushed you
playing
to a
it, but
greatness you never would have reached without me.
it's such like an eldritch horror type vibe to it when it's just like all sketchy and stuff. Is that what's the phrase? Art is created through limitation or something?
Time you spent away from me is still time spent in reference to
Yeah.
me. Even then, both of us
I'd be
are
interested to
more
see how
than
many
our
people worked on
bodies.
it.
Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you? Your letter has saved
I'm
me
kind of
from
surprised I hadn't like
and another, and another,
heard
and
about
another.
this.
Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
Like, I literally just got gifted this by my friend for my birthday. I'd never heard of it before. He's like, oh, this seems like something you would like. And like, why is this? I feel like this should be like as popular as like Doki Doki Literature Club or something like that. It's actually like
Mistakes meant to
so
make you.
surprising.
You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, no,
Consumed by true
I gathered
love,
that much, but in terms of like artists and stuff, and like obviously the music's probably like someone different.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny
I do
what
as
we
well.
are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
A black hole of self-loathing.
It's almost like an
trapped
interactive
at the
manga or
heart of your
something.
Restless thoughts. A
It gives me
dog
like
blind to its leash.
like
But there
Uzumaki
is no light without the dark.
vibes, like Junji Ito
When I
almost.
proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became
yeah.
the instrument of my
It's very like
new
restrained,
creation.
but works very well.
Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
I get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how. Stop the fight early and surrender. No, I don't want to stop it early.
The echoes saw horrors as his eyes were closed. The majesty of being extends beyond any single perspective.
As the clash between you abates, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. The respite is welcome.
Nothing is immutable.
We get through to her.
Everything that is exists only in
What the fuck is
relation
happening? I had to take a
to
call. No,
everything
how
that
much you missed? It's like an interactive graphic novel. Yeah. I think super realistic graphics would be a bit overkill. Yeah. When did you leave? It's been a while.
There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison.
Did you see the whole like crow mirror thing? Okay, so yeah, this is just like, this is the amalgamation of like all the vessels or whatever, and then we're like explaining, or we're asking her about death and life and stuff, and she's referencing our endings that we've had. It's easy to believe in things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. It's kind of hard to explain. If you, I'll make the VOD public after I finish stream if you wanted to rewatch that bit. Oh my god. I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die, said the princess. I have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. You are cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Ultimate Yappa, the final boss.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh my god, all the voices are gonna come back.
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you. They're still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she?
This feels like all the heroes helping to defeat Omega Flower. I'm ready. No, I can do this on my own. Say nothing. I'm ready.
Let's go.
Huh. Okay, they really ran out of budget here, huh?
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
The Radan Festival. I don't know what that is.
Do you need me to describe things?
I like that for old time's sake. It's just you and me. Did anyone else make it to the cabin? Is there a way to really go and take the blade into the basement?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Are we gonna kill her or not? I haven't made that decision yet. Like, she was being kind of a bitch, I'm not gonna lie. But like, if she comes back, she's like, I'm sorry for being mean, I'll be like, oh, okay, fair enough. You could simply save. I could simply... maybe. But I will save, but not because you told me to. But I'm probably just going to do a one ending, whatever we get, sort of thing. At least this is, like, more obvious than, like, Detroit, Become Human. Like, what choices I make are, like, for the most part, what I'm actually clicking. Oh, offer still stands. Could you describe... take the blade, but we're not necessarily going to use it, but we're going to have it
for
just in case.
It's always seemed to give us.
She was a bit of a bitch, but she is more of a metaphysical concept. True. She's like a 65% bitch. Yeah.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice.
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Maybe you didn't remember. I will try if I can. I will try.
And down we go.
I don't know if we get.
We shouldn't keep her waiting.
Though. I don't know if we had like enough.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me?
I've decided to become your pet.
Eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
We can yap for a bit longer. I don't think I want to be a god.
Honestly, me neither.
Are you the same as you are out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
Two T's. I don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of this. What are we going to do? I don't want to have to slay you, but I don't know what other options there are.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out?
See, she's being nice now.
What if we tried doing this forever?
I can do whatever you think.
How about we spin the knife in between us, and whichever one it lands on, that's who dies.
So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened.
That might help.
Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
So,
can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
No, I don't think so. What would resetting do anything to help them? The people are there. If you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and suffer? I don't want to forget you. We're going to find ourselves back here eventually. If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
Well, I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
Oh my god, that's like if you play it fresh, like again, that would probably hit harder. What if I kill you? What if I let you bring anything? Isn't fair? I want to be with you. I don't want to be alone again.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right
a little
here,
bit.
waiting for you.
Well, she's a bitch because he made her a bitch. Okay, then let's do it. Agree to her plan.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side.
Wait.
She takes the blade from my
Wait, what?
A fondness in her gaze.
Wait, what was the choice we made? I thought we were trying to be together. Are we killing each other to, like, be with each other in the afterlife? I wasn't listening. What happened? There?
Oh, I love you too.
Wow, that didn't seem very convincing. Oops. Oh, shit. Was that not the
You're
problem?
on a path
Oh,
in
fuck.
the woods.
Was that not a proper ending? I didn't get an achievement or anything.
Cabin. You're here to slay her.
I assume something, like, was gonna happen. Do I have to go back and pick something different? Let me go back. Whoops, not that one. Load.
No blade it is.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
not
That's
sure
fine.
what the
We don't
stairs-
want to.
It sounded just like that. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And
to figure
there
out what the
you
good ending
are.
is.
Hands. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say? Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since
Well,
I've
this
seen
is
you.
different already.
Thanks for coming back. The first time we met, I literally beat you to death with my bare hands.
Yeah, and she stepped on me.
You don't have to apologize
I
to
didn't
me.
hate that, but you know, she did
But
like break my
still,
ribs.
I appreciate it. And I hope you can also forgive me.
You know, when she puts it like that...
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
Oh my god, name.
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much.
Okay.
But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
No, it really wasn't.
Cringe.
But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Explore, take your hand in yours. I don't know, but I've always wanted to leave with you. I just didn't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door as we are, just you and me. No, nothing. Not knowing what it means is why I want it. We know everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know this. It doesn't matter what happens or what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want. Slay Queen. I'm trying.
I guess when you put it that way, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two
This
of us.
is romance here now. You're going to be okay alone. Thanks for everything. Are you sure you don't? Wait, what? Wait for the princess. Yes. I was like, why were you leaving alone? You lead, and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words with noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence and electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see attention sees her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there.
I think they couldn't avoid voice actors. They've got plenty, don't worry. Well, by plenty, I mean plenty of voices. There's only 12
Not that
of
I'm
them.
scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad.
This is what I meant to do the first time. Just ignore I reset. Love you. Who's going to open it? Are you ready? Neither of us knows what it's going to be like out there.
Of course I am.
She's blushing! Let's go! We didn't ever like properly see ourselves, did we? Let's go! Okay, there we go. That's the ending. Whatever it is, you'll face it together. Why did I get such a lame ending before? That was like fucking Detroit again, but I didn't get to like. I'm glad that whoever came in and said save, I appreciate you. Thank you. Instrumentals. Composer. The Czech National Symphony Orchestra. Vladimir Shcherenko. Yay, we did it. So you don't have to slay her. We slayed her a few times, and she slayed us a few times, and now we're slaying together. Patreon alpha testers. Damn. How have you turned this isn't a romance? It absolutely was a romance. So little creatures, a snake, a cat, and a small monster. The fuck? Was that a finish the saying? Good ending. The good ending doesn't count. What do you mean the good ending doesn't count? Yay! Explore. Join the Discord. Join the mailer. Join the subreddit. Follow us somewhere else. Make your playlist. Play our other games. Make your playlist. Oh, Spotify. That's funny. Yay! We did it. Well, that's what happens when you pay attention. I mean, I tried to do that the first time, but it was because I had the knife. I felt like that wasn't a good ending. You slayed her, alright. What was your ending in Detroit? I'll tell you on Discord because I don't want to spoil it for anybody else who might want to play it. Everything the main character and the princess went through, they wanted a lame ending. Exactly. Dude, I wanted the lame, soppy romance ending out anyway.